Survivors of a mass shooting in Lewiston called on politicians to protect the community from future tragedies today. Testimony came during a hearing by a commission investigating the rampage. Tammy Aislinn was the first to testify and brought her 11-year-old daughter up for a brief moment. She said it was important to show the face of a child that witnessed the tragedy. Aislinn also told lawmakers dealing with legislation to put down your partisan lines and try to approach this like a parent would with simple common sense. Victims and family members also said today authorities had a chance but failed to remove guns from the 40-year-old Army reservist before the October 25th shootings.
So hopefully this commission can figure out who and where we dropped the ball and make sure that we learn from these horrible, tragic mistakes and share that information to teach others how to prevent this nightmare from ever happening again.
The commission is reviewing the facts and evidence surrounding these shootings that left 18 people dead at a bowling alley and restaurant in Lewiston. The panel is also reviewing the police response to the shooting.